I inherited my grandparents' old farmhouse last summer. It sat on the outskirts of a small, dying town surrounded by endless fields of tall grass. The house had been unoccupied for years, but I figured it would make for a nice weekend getaway spot. The first night there, the wind howled through the broken window frames, and the house groaned as if it resented my presence. I laughed it off and settled into one of the upstairs bedrooms. But around midnight, I noticed something strange. No matter where I stood in the house, I could hear a faint sound like whispering, just on the edge of my hearing. I chalked it up to the wind and fell asleep. The next morning, I decided to explore the house more thoroughly. While cleaning out a closet in the hallway, I discovered something odd. Behind a stack of dusty boxes was a door I had never seen before. It was small, barely the height of my chest, with a rusted metal latch. I was certain it hadn't been there when I moved in. Curiosity won over caution. I unlatched the door and peered inside. The space beyond was pitch black, but the air that rushed out was icy, far colder than the rest of the house. I grabbed a flashlight and crawled inside. The space wasn't large, maybe the size of a walk-in closet. The walls were lined with scratched wood planks, and at the center of the room sat a small, crudely carved chair. What unnerved me most, though, were the symbols etched into every surface. They looked ancient, their meanings impossible to decipher. I ran my fingers over them and felt a sharp, stinging sensation, like a static shock. Suddenly, the door behind me slammed shut. My flashlight flickered and died. I scrambled toward the door, but no matter how hard I pushed, it wouldn't budge. Then, the whispering returned, louder now, closer. It wasn't the wind, it was voices, overlapping, hissing words I couldn't understand. Panic set in as I felt something brush against my leg, then my shoulder. I couldn't see anything, but I knew I wasn't alone. My breath came in ragged gasps as the whispering rose to a deafening roar. "Leave!" a voice growled, deep and guttural, distinct from the others. "This is not your place." In a burst of adrenaline, I kicked at the door with all my strength. It flew open and I scrambled out, slamming it shut behind me. I didn't look back as I sprinted out of the house and into my car. I left everything behind, clothes, furniture, even my wallet. When I finally made it to a motel that night, I called the local historical society. Desperate for answers, the man on the phone hesitated before speaking. "That house," he said slowly, "was built over a burial ground. They say the original owners found a room like the one you're describing, and they sealed it off. No one who opened it ever stayed in that house for long. The farmhouse still sits there, abandoned. Sometimes I think I hear the whispers when I close my eyes at night, like they followed me. Maybe they're waiting for me to come back."